has the confidence to stand alone, the courage to make tough decisions, and the compassion to listen to the needs of others. He does not set out to be a leader, but becomes the one by the equality of his actions and the integrity of his intent.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I please request our chief guest, Sir Hassan Sittar.
The Managing Director, Hassan Sittar, who has worked endlessly to uphold and further better our education system, to come upon stage and say a few words. Kindly give him a huge round of applause.
It's been a long-standing tradition, and in 2023, it's been 20 years since our first high school class graduated. So it's been a long-standing tradition to come together and celebrate the success of a huge milestone. First, I'd like to thank the parents, the teachers, the students for making this event possible today. We know that things are not always certain. So whatever we get, we are grateful for, and when we can come together and celebrate success, that's phenomenal. It rejuvenates you. So I'd like to say a few things. First, to the teachers, and Teachers' Day has just gone by. So in the spirit of that day, as well as what teachers do, the dream begins for pupils more often than not with one teacher who believed in them. Aspire to be that teacher, because being that inspiration makes a difference throughout the journey of life. To the pupils, I'd like to say three things. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you do, that will determine how successful you are. Second, life is like a boxing ring. You don't lose when you fall. You lose when you refuse to get up. Third, in a life full of uncertainties, if you don't dream, you're not going to be able to create your future. So the best way to create your future is to dream and then to make it happen. हम खुद तराशते हैं मनाज़िर की संगीती, हम वो नहीं कि जिनको ज़माना बना गया. And finally, to parents, I'd like to share a few things from my knowledge of where the world is going and what's happening in education. There is good news. The good news is that your kids have now started their journey successfully in adulthood. For the first time, they've had to compete with people they didn't know. They've had to work hard. They understand the value of hard work. So that's the first lesson, and that's the lesson that we keep on drilling in our pupils all the way from preschool. And sometimes parents say that you are being too harsh on kids and stuff, but there is no shortcut to hard work. So that's the first thing that we drill in. But then you also know that grades and subject knowledge of a few subjects that are taught in the curriculum is not going to be enough to put our children through life. It's not going to be enough to make them ready for life. So for that to happen, we have had to be creative in looking at what skills we want to add to their portfolio, apart from good grades. So in that, we started, now it's been running for a while, we've started the Young Adult Development Program, which is founded on research, and it gives, so we are training kids to learn how to focus, to have flexibility of mind, to learn how to, these are skills, to learn how to be persistent, to learn how to be original. These are skills, and these are skills which will come in handy when you have no plan for something that is unexpected. And we know that life is a journey of things that are not expected. Second, what we've added is, and this was a challenge that somebody had put up on the internet, so we said let's create a program out of this. And we are teaching kids about mental health, about mindfulness, about the importance of sleep, about reframing of thoughts, about personal finances, because these are the things that they will need. You as parents, we as parents, can't keep managing these things for our children. So they've got to learn this, they will learn this early on. So these are life skills. Last year also, I talked about this, but this has now been the first year when we started teaching entrepreneurship. As I said earlier, we are the 5th most populous country in the world. By 2040, we will have a population of 350 million. We are already at 250 million. There won't be enough jobs. Kids, adults will have to rely on themselves. So they're going to have to learn how to create something from the ground up, which is called entrepreneurship. So we've started teaching entrepreneurship in high school all the way through from grade 9 to grade 12. And we'll continue doing that. The last year was the first year that we did this. It had very good feedback. Kids loved the participation in that. And this will continue. We have excellent people coming in who've got expertise, and they're excited to talk about young kids on how to think about creating. How to think about creating anything from the ground up. Nothing is out of your reach. So that's the second initiative that we've taken. The third thing that we realized was that it's often the parents' dream, which when kids are young, parents wish that this is what our child should become, or this is what they should pursue, or they should go do this or go do that. And that doesn't really incorporate the aptitude of children and their own dreams and aspirations. So what we've introduced is we've looked at the global testing, and we've said, okay, let's look at in grade 9 and grade 10, let's look at what the kids' aptitude is. What do they love doing? So there is science behind this. It's not something that we've created. It's a world tested system. So we look at their aptitude, and then we collect parents and we're having a conversation with them to share with them that this is what their aptitude testing is showing. Now it's up to the family to allow or not allow, or to encourage or not encourage pursuing something which is in line with that aptitude. Because as I said, that if you love, success will come if you love what you are doing. So we've determined that as a stepping stone to making the right choices. And finally, we didn't have, this was a missing piece in our system, which was that we didn't have a formal way of engaging pupils. Our previous, as I said, now it's been 20 years, so we've got a huge alumni in engaging their expertise and advising kids on careers. If you want to go to medical school, this is what you need to do. This is how you need to prepare for the testing. These are the schools, these are their merits. This works, this doesn't work. So we've created a career advisory center within the college, and so this started in March. It didn't exist last year when we had this right. So that's a new initiative. So with these things, we are trying to add aspects which will help our pupils get on the path which will lead them to a fulfilled life. Success is not just about making more money or about getting top grades. It is about finding the balance to fulfillment on a sustained basis. So something that makes you happy today is not necessarily going to make you happy next year or day after tomorrow. So it's very short-lived, which is why we've got to find the right balance, and then that is what we're trying to instill, and that's how we're trying to shape the way that we educate our pupils. So that's all I had to say. There's a lot of effort, I think, that's gone in. We'll all see, I don't see these things beforehand, so we'll all see how hard these kids have worked and to make this day successful. So thank you very much for your patience.